Okay, so good evening po everyone. Ang i-share ko po ngayon is about sa first seal, which is nagtackle about yesterday na nakaraan is about sa 7 seals. But ito yung brief, ito yung explanation and detail ng bawat selyo. So we're going to start sa first seal, which is containing on the first seal, the White Horse Rider. So but before that, I will just say na yung itatakal ko lang yung brief explanation kung ano ba yung 7 seals. So, ito nag-start siya sa Daniel chapter 9 verse 24 to 25 na yung opening of the 7 seals, kailangan natin i-remind na this is the opening of salvation not only for the Jew but for Gentiles. So, itong opening revelation is nag-start siya sa Calvary, and itong salvation nag-start ng 2,000 years ago, which is yung mensahe dala-dala ng apostol. And yung 7 seals nagko-contain ng curses, judgment, and also redemption. So, ito yung first seal. Ano ba yung nag-contain ng selyo? Ito yung mystery ng 7 seals, na which is minensahe ng propeta. So, yung first seal is the White Horse Rider. Na-describe siya sa Revelation chapter 6 verse 1 to 2, which is yung verse 1 ay tinutukoy about sa explains the opening and the context of the first seal, which is yung una, verse 1 is opening, and then yung second verse 2 is describing the seal, kung ano ba yung nandun sa loob. So, it explains the first seal, and I saw when the lamp opened one of the seals, and I heard for the noise of thunder one of the 4 beasts saying, "Come and see." And sa verse 2, and behold the white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering to conquer. So, as mapapansin natin, dun sa second verse na yun, merong missing one. Pero dito, yung we should take note na itong white horse first seal na to, na first white horse rider na to, is kasama siya dun sa 4 horse rider, which is inire-representa bawat kulay na espiritu. So, possession of the devil, which is coming from the devil side. So, ano ba yung counterfeit? Kasi hindi naman magpapatalo yung spiritual thing, diba? Yung part ng Diyos. Yung 4 seal na yon sa church ages, kapag tinapat mo is, merong counterfeit na 4 yun. So, explain natin yung mamaya. Revelation chapter 4 verse 7. So, the first seal is, ang meaning niya is, deception. Ibig sabihin, dahil galing siya sa side yung part ng devilish part, etong deception ang meaning niya, kasi nga white horse, diba? Sinisimbolo yon sa impersonation of Christianity, which is when we say an impersonation, it means copying someone, but you were part of it. So, many Bible nasabi nila na when we say white, yung horse rider is sinisymbolizes niya is yung Holy Spirit na galing sa iglesia, forth to the church, but the revelation to the 7 is white horse, hindi siya si Satanas, kundi si Kristo. So, ano po yung tama at mali doon? Riding through false teaching, can we consider that is Christ? Hindi. So, dahil nga part siya, ang meaning niya is deception, impersonation of Christianity. Ibig sabihin, merong suspicious dun sa loob ng rider na yon. Sino ba yon? Sa Matthew chapter 24 verse 22, na itong rider na siya, paano natin masasabi na hindi yan mabuti? Meron siyang bow, diba? But he had no arrow. So it goes so far to show that he is a bluffer. Ibig sabihin, meron siyang pinapakita. Meron siyang, when we say bow, ito yung parang doktrina. Ito yung doktrina, parang kunwari dala-dala niya. So ito yung doktrina dala-dala niya, while yung arrow, ayan, ibig sabihin, deceiver siya. So, and a liar. Notice na meron siyang crown. Yung crowning na yon, ito yung parang pino-force niya yung dala-dala niyang mensahe as an hybridization sa doctrines, creeds of the dogmatic, and injected sa true church of God. So, ibig sabihin, kahit itong selyo na to is naapektuhan niya na lahat. Naapektuhan niya even sa throughout the ages before and hanggang ngayon. Yun nga yung deeds of the Nicolaitan spirit. yung hybrid ng doctrine na na-spread sa lahat. Ibig sabihin, hindi na siya back to the apostolic. Meron ng halo. So, ayan. Ano naman yung Nicolaitanism, diba? Kasi yung spirit of Nicolaitanism is a Greek word was coined from Nikao, meaning the conquer, and Laos, meaning the laity. This transpired where the politics started to pollute the church. Ibig sabihin, nag-combine. And nag-start na propagated yung man over hierarchy. Ibig sabihin, ito yung sinasabi ni Pablo na the grievous wolves in sheep's clothing. So what does it mean? It means na grievous wolves na nasa damit ng tupa. Ibig sabihin, parang nag-impersonation. And as I said earlier, na may impersonation of Christianity. Ibig sabihin, Kristiyano siya, pero yung loob niya, hindi. Ibig sabihin, parang So yes, so it means grievous wolves in sheep clothing is what na tinukoy nila Pablo ng time nila, diba? Whenever na yung mga apostol umaalis sa part ng mga fellows listener, is pumapasok tong mga wolves na to. Yung mga ever na umaalis yung mga apostol, pumapasok tong mga to. So, yan. Nagdadala sila ng, ano ba ibig sabihin? Ibig sabihin, nagdadala sila ng maling, naghahalo sila ng maling doktrina. Ito yung false teaching. Diba? So, nagpapakilala sila na mga apostol din. Which is yung sheep clothing. Ayun. Invading the church God by teaching man-made creeds and dogmas. So, when we say man-made, ibig sabihin gawa ng tao. Ibig sabihin wala talaga sa Biblia. Ito yung introduction of Nicolaitanism. The leadership of the Holy Spirit was superseded by human hierarchy. Ano ba yun? Yun yung deception. Kaya yun nabuo yung word na deception. Kasi yung pure word sa first ages is nahaluan na yun. Nahaluan siya after magkaroon ng linis. Diba? Yung free benefit sa lahat ng tao na to depose for creeds and dogmas in church orders, nahaluan pati yung church orders kasi nga iglesia yung pinasukan nila by introducing themselves as Christian na, ayun, apostol. So, some of them are pastors and one of the fivefold. Ayan. Yung human knowledge and program began to take over divine wisdom place. Kaya sabi doon na, ano ba yung dapat nating gawin? Kasi hindi yun as every churches, hindi natin masasabi na perfect ang every church. Kasi lahat yan, merong ganon. Merong wolves. Some of them have a different personality, behavior na nilalagay nila sa loob ng church kasi nga inaalagaan yan nung pastor. And the fact na yung worst part na yun is mismo pa yung pastor. So, diba, yun, malala yun. Epektado yung tupa nun. Ayun. Ano ba yung counterfeit ng human knowledge and program began to take over divine wisdom place? So, kailangan ng katapangan. As I say earlier na Revelation chapter 4 verse 7, hindi lang yung 4-horse rider na yun, which is the part of the Satan side na creature, hindi lang siya yung nilet ng Diyos na managumpay, diba, sa opening of the 7 seals. Kasi yung opening, nilagay sila sa opening of the 7 seal as a reminder na merong curses, judgment, and redemption. Ayun, sila yung part na yun. Pero, mas mananagumpay dapat yung part ng Diyos. Yun yung counterfeit ng for living creature, which is yun yung lion. So, ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng lion? Katulad na as all Israel is not Israel and Christians are not Christian. Yung two vines, the true and false, ito yung rider na yon is yan yung tinatawag natin na Antichrist, which is yung spirit, ibig sabihin possession. Antichrist, bakit siya sinabing Antichrist? Eh, diba, parang ano nga siya, diba, parang Kristo, diba? They call themselves as a holy person. Antichrist. So, bakit siya tinawag na Antichrist? Kasi he's impersonating the way Christ, diba? The way Christ he is. In-impersonate niya, kinakopy niya si Kristo, and he's like acting like a God more than the Father, diba? Or more than Christ. Kasi pag more than Christ, ibig sabihin more than the Father. Ibig sabihin anti-word. Basta magiging anti-word yun once na naghalo ka ng false teaching sa salita ng Diyos. Ayun. Yung distraction yun. Ayan. So, yung evil force for the white horse, ang force na mai-stop yung white horse is combated by the lion. Ano ba yung lion spirit? From God, which is the first beast na na-announce sa 7 church ages. Sa first seal din. Ito yung sinisignified as the boldness of the preaching of the gospel. Ibig sabihin, overpowering spirit yon. So, diba, tinatawag natin yun na Berean spirit. Ibig sabihin, matapang ka mag-contend ng faith mo. Diba? Ito, kung ano yung nalalaman mo, i-contend mo yun. Kasi you know that yun yung truth. So, yun yung sinasabi ni Pablo na yung counteract na force ng white horse rider. Kasi evident na si Paul, di ba, fearless siya when he's preaching. Di ba, nagsisermon siya, nagle-lecture siya sa mga tao. Meron siyang lying spirit. So, kung ano yung meron yung mga apostol, yun yung dapat natin gayahin. Hindi yung secretly ka nagkakaroon ng increasing impersonation ng Christianity sa mga tao. Yung hindi yung pakunwari ka nananakop. Yun. Kung alam mo yung katotohanan yung sinasabi mo, yung gusto mong makakuha ng tao, then you should speak it as fearless. Yun yung dapat. Galatians chapter 1 verse 8. Sabi din na, but though we are an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. Ibig sabihin, kailangan hindi ka natatakot. Ayun. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ka kailangan natatakot kahit angel pa yung mag-preach sa'yo, diba? Ayun. Kailangan may mag-share ka ng may tapang and content for the faith kung alam mo talagang yun ang totoo. So, yan yung counterfeit dun sa white horse rider. So, yun lang po. Thank you po. Sa susunod na topic ko po is yung second seal naman po. Thank you po.